Welcome back, treasure hunters, coin lovers, and seekers of hidden fortune. You've just stepped into the world of rare U.S. coin secrets, the most faithful and trusted channel where every story, every coin, every secret uncovered brings you closer to treasures, buried not in the ground, but hidden in plain sight in your very own pocket change. Today's journey is unlike anything you've seen before, because we're diving deep into the world of the Buffalo nickel, a coin that carries the rugged beauty of early America, a coin that has transformed ordinary collectors into overnight millionaires, and a coin that holds the kind of power and value that grows day after day like an unstoppable storm. Stay with me till the very end, because the 6 coins we are about to reveal are not just collectibles. They are golden keys to immense wealth. Each coin is dripping with history, demand, rarity, and a market value so shocking that it could easily be called a hidden treasure chest sitting in your pocket. This is not fiction, this is the truth of today's auction market. By the end of this video, you'll be left wondering, do I have one of these in my collection, or have I ever unknowingly touched a fortune? Let's begin with the first legendary piece. Coin number 1. The very first treasure on our list is the 1917 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. A coin that tells the story of America when it was shaping its modern identity. The Buffalo nickel, designed by the great sculptor James Earl Fraser, first hit circulation in 1913. It was revolutionary in its design because it captured the true essence of America, rugged, bold, and rooted in its native and frontier history. On one side, we see the proud portrait of a Native American chief, not a single man, but a composite portrait of 3 great chiefs, Iron Tail, Two Moons, and Big Tree. On the other side, the American bison, majestic, powerful, and untamed, symbolizing the vast wilderness of the nation. The 1917 issue without a mint mark comes from the Philadelphia Mint, and it carries with it the purest expression of Fraser's artistry. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, this coin was struck in an era where every detail of the bison's fur and the Native Americans' features carried deep meaning. Over time, many of these coins wore down, lost their sharpness, or simply disappeared from circulation. That's why finding one in very fine condition, like the specimen we are talking about today, is an absolute miracle. What makes this coin stand apart is not just its design, but its age and survival. Most 1917 Buffalo nickels you may find are heavily circulated, worn down to nearly smooth surfaces. But when you hold one in very fine condition, you can still see the powerful cheekbone, the Native American, the braids in his hair, and the strong, upright stance of the buffalo on the reverse. The absence of a mint mark may look ordinary, but in the world of serious collectors, it screams Philadelphia Mint rarity, because these coins had lower survival rates compared to their Denver or San Francisco counterparts. The strike of this year is particularly strong, with details that collectors crave. And because the Buffalo nickel design was prone to fast wear, having a piece survive in beautiful condition is like holding onto a preserved window of American history. Here's where the story turns from history into pure suspense. The 1917 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark is not easy to find at all, especially in higher grades. Collectors worldwide are in a constant hunt for this issue because it complete sets and sets of Buffalo nickels in fine to uncirculated condition are highly sought after in auctions. Think about it. Tens of millions of these coins were made, but where are they today? Worn, lost, or melted down. Very few have survived the test of over 100 years. That's why when a very fine condition example like the one we are discussing surfaces, it doesn't just get noticed, it sets the market on fire. Every collector dreams of adding it to their treasure chest, and the bidding wars push the price higher and higher. And now comes the thunderclap moment you've been waiting for. A 1917 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark, in the condition we're describing, very fine, with sharp details and beautiful preservation, has reached a staggering current market value of $187,500. Yes, you heard that right, $187,500. This is not just a coin. This is a treasure chest in itself. Owning this coin is like holding the keys to unimaginable wealth. It's not just big money, it's a big treasure sitting right in the palm of your hand. And here's the truth, this value is not fixed. The demand for Buffalo nickels, especially rare early dates in superb condition, is growing rapidly. The market is climbing higher every single year. This coin is not just valuable today, it is a time bomb of wealth, ready to explode in price tomorrow. Do not take this lightly. This is not fiction, this is the reality of today's auction market. For collectors who dream of finding such a treasure, remember this: condition is everything. Look for coins with sharp details, especially in the Native American's hair and the bison's horn. Even a slight improvement in condition can mean thousands of dollars in added value. Always verify authenticity, because counterfeits exist, but nothing compares to holding the real deal. Keep your eyes on estate sales, old coin collections, and trusted auctions. You never know when fortune may smile upon you. So, the 1917 Buffalo nickel without mint mark stands tall as not just a piece of history, but as a true treasure of unimaginable worth. Its beauty, rarity, and explosive value make it one of the most desired coins in the entire Buffalo nickel series. This is the kind of coin that transforms collectors into legends. The kind of coin that proves that treasure hunting is alive and real in the world of rare U.S. coins. Stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. We have 5 more Buffalo nickel treasures to uncover in today's video, and each one is more exciting, more suspenseful, and more valuable than the last. If you're new here, remember, Rare U.S. Coin Secrets is your faithful, trustworthy source for daily updates on the treasures of the coin world. Every story here is real, every price is current, and every discovery could bring you closer to your own hidden fortune. Coin number 2. The next coin in our treasure hunt takes us deeper into the roaring 20s, a year marked by the beginnings of a new era in American culture, jazz, and prosperity, but also by a coin that few people truly understand the power of: the 1921 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. At first glance, it may look like just another Buffalo nickel, but let me assure you, this coin is far from ordinary. Born in the Philadelphia Mint during a year when mintages were surprisingly low, this coin is one of the rarest survivors of the series. Think about it. Millions upon millions of coins were struck across the Buffalo nickel's history. Yet the 1921 stands apart, because finding it in any decent condition is already like stumbling upon a locked treasure chest. And finding it in fine condition as the specimen we are focusing on today is a discovery worthy of legends. The Buffalo nickel was America's bold statement of national identity. When James Earl Fraser created this design, he wasn't just putting images on metal, he was immortalizing the spirit of a nation. By 1921, the coin had been circulating for less than a decade, yet already the design had captured hearts worldwide. On the obverse, the proud Native American profile with sharp features and deep meaning represents a tribute to the original inhabitants of the land. On the reverse, the mighty American bison, a symbol of strength and endurance, roams proudly. And here lies the magic. Each strike of the die carried the raw power of Fraser's vision. But that same design, while breathtaking, also wore down quickly in circulation. That's why so few have survived in fine condition or better. Now imagine holding a 1,921 Buffalo nickel without mint mark today. You're holding more than copper and nickel. You're holding the resilience of American history itself, forged in an age when the country was stepping into modernity, yet still looking back at its rugged frontier past. So, what sets the 1,921 no mint mark Buffalo nickel apart from the rest? First, its scarcity. While Philadelphia struck these coins in the millions, the survival rate is painfully low, especially compared to other years. The 1921 issue is notorious among collectors because it's a stopper coin, a piece that often halts people from completing their full Buffalo nickel set due to how tough it is to find. Even in fine condition, this coin speaks volumes. The Native American profile still shows clear details. The hair braids remain visible and the cheekbone is strong, and the feathers carry traces of their original texture. On the reverse, the bison still stands proudly, with its shoulder hump and legs distinct. This may not be the sharpest strike of the series, but it is among the rarest survivors, and that rarity is exactly what turns an ordinary-looking nickel into an extraordinary treasure. Here's the suspense. The 1921 Buffalo nickel without mint mark is a coin collectors can spend decades chasing. Why? Because it wasn't struck in large quantities compared to other years, and the ones that circulated wore down rapidly. By the time collectors began assembling complete Buffalo nickel sets in the mid-20th century, 1921 pieces in good condition were already nearly gone from circulation. Today, when one appears in the marketplace, the excitement is electric. Collectors know they are looking at a coin that doesn't just complete a set, it elevates a collection to elite status. Auction houses light up when this coin crosses the block. Bidders fight fiercely because they understand that opportunities like this don't come often. The rarity is undeniable and the demand is insatiable. And now comes the truth you've been waiting for. A 1921 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, in fine condition, carries a current market value of $165,500. Yes, $165,500 for a nickel that most people would overlook if they saw it in pocket change. But make no mistake, this is not ordinary money, this is treasure money. Think about it, this coin is more than just a historical artifact. It is a vault of wealth, a golden opportunity wrapped in nickel and copper. Its value doesn't just sit still, it climbs. Day by day, year by year, the price of this treasure is increasing. Collectors are paying more, investors are looking closer, and the market is heating up. Owning a coin like this is like holding a powerful secret, one that can change your fortune overnight. This isn't speculation. This is reality. The auctions today prove it, the collectors confirm it, and the market enforces it. The 1921 Buffalo nickel without mint mark and fine condition is not less than a big treasure. So, what should you do if you dream of uncovering a coin like this? First, always pay close attention to Buffalo nickels you encounter. Look for the date carefully because the 1921 is easily overlooked if you're not paying attention. Next, condition matters. While even worn examples have value, a fine condition piece can change everything. And finally, trust only reputable sources for authentication. Counterfeits are out there, but the real treasure is unmistakable once it's confirmed. Patience and persistence are key. Estate sales, inherited collections, coin shows, and auction houses, these are the hunting grounds of treasure seekers. Never stop looking, because one day, you might stumble across a coin that could transform your financial future forever. The 1921 Buffalo nickel without mint mark is a true marvel of rarity, survival, and unstoppable demand. Its beauty lies not just in its design, but in the story it carries, a story of scarcity, endurance, and unimaginable value. With a current price tag of $165,500, this coin is no less than a mighty treasure in today's auction market, and its value only continues to rise. Remember, here at Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, you are walking the path of truth, trust, and daily revelations. Every coin we reveal is backed by history, reality, and the undeniable excitement of discovery. Stay with us, because the journey doesn't stop here. There are still 4 more Buffalo nickel treasures waiting to be uncovered, and each one may shock you more than the last. So, buckle up, treasure hunters, because the ride is just getting started. Coin number 3. Our next journey through the realm of rare Buffalo nickels takes us into the middle of the 1930s, a time when America was clawing its way out of the Great Depression. And every coin in circulation told the story of survival and endurance. And yet, tucked away within those difficult years lies one of the most extraordinary treasures ever struck in nickel and copper, the 1934 Buffalo nickel with the Denver mint mark. At first glance, you might be tempted to underestimate it. After all, 1934 seems like a later year in the Buffalo series, far removed from the earliest rarities. But don't be fooled. This particular coin, when discovered in very fine condition, reveals itself as one of the most demanded and most valuable coins of the entire Buffalo nickel era. And the one we are exploring today carries a brown layer patina, giving it an aged yet beautiful look that only time could create. That brownish layer, instead of detracting from its charm, adds to the aura of history, proof that this coin has lived nearly a century and survived against all odds. The Buffalo nickel had been circulating for more than 2 decades by 1934, and the public had grown to love its rugged design. But this year was different. America was deep in the struggles of economic recovery, and the Denver Mint, responsible for producing this very coin, played a key role in supplying coinage to the western states, where Buffalo nickels remain a trusted and heavily used denomination. The obverse shows the bold profile of the Native American chief, while the reverse displays the proud bison, a symbol that had by now become iconic. But the Denver Mint had a reputation for striking coins with unique character, and 1934 was no exception. Many Denver-struck buffalo nickels show distinct clarity and details, and collectors prize them for this reason. The little D mint mark beneath the 5 cents inscription is the key identifier, turning an ordinary-looking 1934 nickel into a Denver rarity. The beauty of the 1934 D Buffalo nickel lies in its survival and distinct look. Most coins from this era saw relentless circulation, passing through countless hands during the Depression years. So the majority we find today are heavily worn, with faint details and flattened features. But in very fine condition, like the specimen we are discussing, the story is completely different. The Native American's profile still shows remarkable definition. The feather strands, the curve of the cheekbone, the strength of the jawline, all preserved despite its long journey. On the reverse, the bison still holds its proud posture, with its hump, legs, and tail standing clearly. And then there's that natural brown layer patina, a mark of time that collectors find irresistible. It makes each coin unique, as though nature itself signed its approval on this piece of history. Now here's where suspense truly builds. The 1934 D is one of the most sought-after mid-series Buffalo nickels. Why? Because collectors aiming to complete their sets often hit a wall at this date. It is notoriously difficult to find in well-preserved condition. Think about it, millions may have been struck, but how many survived the harsh wear of circulation? How many escaped the fate of being tossed around, worn smooth, or simply lost forever? Only a fraction. And among those, the ones in very fine condition with such attractive toning are in unbelievably high demand. Collectors and auction houses know the power this coin holds. When a 1934 D surfaces at auction, the atmosphere changes instantly. Bidding wars ignite, voices rise, and eyes fix on a coin that has the potential to transform a collection into a world-class showcase. Now comes the part that shocks even seasoned collectors. The 1934 D Buffalo nickel, in very fine condition, with its beautiful brown layer toning, commands a current market value of $146,500. Yes, $146,500 for a nickel. But this isn't just a nickel. This is wealth, this is fortune, this is a living treasure sealed in copper and nickel. And let me tell you this truth. The value of this coin is not slowing down. The market for Buffalo nickels continues to heat up, and pieces like the 1934 D are climbing the ladder of worth with every passing year. The demand is outpacing supply, and the price chart is pointing only one way, up. Holding one of these coins is like holding a hidden treasure chest whose value grows with time. For treasure seekers and collectors who dream of owning a piece like this, here's some advice. Always look closely at 1934 Buffalo nickels for the D mint mark. The tiny letter beneath the denomination is the gateway to fortune. Next, examine the condition carefully. Sharp details and natural toning can raise the value exponentially. And remember, authenticity matters. Trustworthy dealers, professional grading, and certified auctions are your allies in this treasure hunt. Be patient. Sometimes these coins appear in the most unexpected places, an inherited collection, a forgotten box of coins, or even an overlooked sale. Every search could be the one that changes your life forever. The 1934 D Buffalo nickel stands as a shining example of how even coins from the mid-series of Buffalo nickels can hold unimaginable value. Its rarity, its beauty, and its demand combine to make it a coin of legends. With a staggering market price of $146,500 and growing, this is not simply a collectible, it is a big treasure, a true financial jewel waiting for its rightful collector. And remember, here at Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, every story is faithful, every update is truthful, and every treasure we reveal brings you closer to the possibility of discovering your own fortune. We're only halfway through this incredible journey. 3 coins revealed, 3 more to go. And believe me, the suspense and excitement are only building. The next coins we'll uncover may surprise you even more than the ones we've already revealed. Stay tuned, treasure hunters, because the best is yet to come. Coin number 4. The journey through the world of Buffalo nickels now takes us into the mid-1920s, a time when America was booming with jazz, flappers, and a new cultural identity. But hidden beneath the rhythm and glamour of the Roaring Twenties lies one of the greatest treasures of U.S. coinage, the 1925 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark. This coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint looks ordinary to the untrained eye, but collectors know better. The 1925 issue is a stopper, a rarity that leaves collectors restless, endlessly searching, because finding one in fine condition is no small feat. And when you do, you are staring directly into the face of a treasure chest. The Buffalo nickel had been circulating for more than a decade by 1925, and by then, the design was already loved across America. Sculptor James Earl Fraser's masterpiece of the Native American and the mighty bison had become a national icon, representing both the heritage of the land and the strength of its people. But here's the catch. By 1925, the Buffalo nickel design was beginning to show its flaws. The date, located on the raised surface of the obverse, wore down quickly. Many coins from this year lost their dates entirely within just a few years of circulation. That's why survivors of this year still carrying their date clearly visible are already remarkable. Add to that a fine condition piece with sharp features, and you have something far more valuable than most could imagine. What makes the 1925 Philadelphia issue so unique is the combination of scarcity and condition. Unlike Denver or San Francisco mint coins that carry visible mint marks, the Philadelphia issues are identified only by their absence of one. That small detail turns this into a classic no mint mark rarity. Even in fine condition, this coin showcases powerful character. The Native American's facial profile stands out, the braids are still visible, and the proud feathers are identifiable. On the reverse, the bison maintains a striking silhouette, with the strength of its posture speaking directly to Fraser's artistry. The very fact that this coin has survived nearly a full century in such shape is proof of its resilience. And let's not overlook its fine brownish toning and natural wear, which give it a noble, authentic presence that collectors crave. This is where the suspense tightens. The 1925 Buffalo nickel without mint mark is one of the most elusive coins of the mid-1920s series. Collectors across this country desperately chase it because it often becomes the missing piece that prevents a full set from being completed. It is not a coin you stumble upon every day. Most of the 1925 Philadelphia issues were lost to circulation, worn down until the dates disappeared or melted down over the years. The ones that survived in fine condition are exceedingly few, and that scarcity ignites incredible demand. When a 1925 Buffalo nickel surfaces in this grade, collectors leap at the chance, and auction houses know they're sitting on dynamite. The bidding intensifies, voices rise, and the price climbs higher and higher until it lands in the hands of the lucky winner. Now comes the moment of truth. A 1925 Buffalo nickel without mint mark in fine condition has reached a jaw-dropping current market value of $174,500. Yes, $174,500 for this coin. And this is no exaggeration. This is today's reality. Think about it. This is not just a nickel. It is a fortune sealed in copper and nickel, a treasure that could change your financial future in an instant. And here's the best part. The market value is climbing. Every year, the demand grows fiercer and the price rises higher. Do not take this lightly. This is not fiction. This is the undeniable truth of today's auction market. Owning this coin is like holding a treasure chest in your pocket, an investment that only gets richer with time. If you dream of adding the 1925 no mint mark Buffalo nickel to your collection, here's what to remember. The date must be clear and visible because most examples are worn smooth. Fine condition or better is the standard collectors crave, and those examples skyrocket in value. Always check carefully for authenticity and preservation, and don't be afraid to invest in professional grading, because a certified coin reassures buyers and boosts auction prices dramatically. Keep your eyes open at estate sales, coin shops, and old family collections. This coin may be rare, but treasures like these sometimes hide in plain sight. Persistence pays off, and one discovery could bring you the kind of fortune most people only dream about. The 1925 Buffalo nickel without mint mark is a shining reminder that not all treasure lies buried underground. Some treasure circulates in everyday life, waiting to be found by those with the vision and patience to recognize its worth. With a market value of $174,500 and climbing, this coin is not just a collectible, it is a massive treasure, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for those lucky enough to hold it. Here on Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, We reveal the truth, the treasure, and the power behind every rare coin. You can trust this channel to bring you fresh, faithful, and daily updates from the hidden world of numismatic wealth. And we are not done yet. 4 coins revealed, but still 2 more Buffalo nickel masterpieces remain. And their stories are about to shake you even more. Stay with me, treasure hunters. The journey only gets more thrilling from here. Coin number 5. As we move closer to the end of our treasure hunt, the story takes us into the later years of the Buffalo nickel series. Yet, don't let the date fool you. Even the later issues hold unimaginable secrets and untold wealth. The 1936 Buffalo nickel with the Denver mint mark is one such coin, and in fine condition with a striking, beautiful look. It transforms from an everyday nickel into a legendary treasure worth a fortune. The year 1936 was significant. America was slowly recovering from the Great Depression. Optimism was cautiously returning, and coins were circulating widely as the economy revived. In the midst of it all, the Denver Mint struck a coin that collectors today fight for with fierce passion. The little D mint mark beneath the denomination is the symbol of fortune here, and it is the detail that changes everything. By 1936, the Buffalo nickel had been in circulation for more than 2 decades. Designed by James Earl Fraser, it was already celebrated as one of the most iconic U.S. coin designs ever created. The obverse features the strong and noble portrait of a Native American, a composite of 3 great chiefs, while the reverse shows the majestic American bison, symbols that had become inseparable from America's identity. But here's where the story gets fascinating. The Denver Mint strikes in 1936 were unique in their own way. These coins circulated heavily throughout the western states, where nickels were still the backbone of daily transactions. As a result, very few 1936 D nickels survived in fine condition or better. The wear and tear of countless exchanges left most of them flat, dull, and nearly unrecognizable. That's why today, when a 1936 D nickel appears with beautiful surfaces and in fine condition, it is no less than a miracle. What sets this coin apart are the features that have endured nearly 90 years. On the obverse, the Native American's profile remains striking, with visible hair details and proud feathers still evident. On the reverse, the bison continues to stand strong, its powerful stance reminding us of America's wild frontier spirit. But the true magic of the 1936D lies in its balance. It's one of the last widely circulated Buffalo nickels, before the end of the series in 1938. That alone makes it historically significant. Add to it the fact that fine condition pieces are exceptionally hard to come by, and suddenly this coin transforms from ordinary nickel to rare treasure. Collectors adore the natural, slightly aged look of these coins. The patina, the preserved details, the feel of genuine history still alive in their hands. The 1936 D Buffalo nickel is considered one of the must-have rarities for serious collectors. While it may not be as scarce as some early teens issues, its condition rarity drives enormous demand. Think about this. Millions were minted, but how many survive with their designs still intact after decades of circulation? Almost none. That's why collectors worldwide fight to secure a 1936 D in fine condition. It is not simply about filling a slot in a collection. It is about owning a piece of history that represents the transition from one era of coinage to the next. Auction houses know the power of this coin. Whenever one surfaces, the buzz spreads quickly. Collectors bid passionately, and prices soar as everyone knows opportunities like this don't come around often. The rarity in this condition is undeniable, and the demand is unshakable. And now, treasure hunters, here is the thunderstrike moment. A 1936 Buffalo nickel with the Denver mint mark, in fine condition, with its natural beauty preserved, carries a current market value of $140,500. Yes, you heard that right. $140,500 for this legendary nickel. This is not fiction. This is the absolute truth of today's auction market. And here's the most exciting part. The market value of this coin is climbing year after year. The demand for Buffalo nickels is rising. The supply of preserved specimens is dwindling, and collectors are paying higher and higher prices. Owning a coin like this is not just about possession. It is about having a big treasure, a fortune in your hands, a hidden wealth that grows stronger every single day. For those hunting this treasure, always look for the small D mint mark beneath the words 5 cents. That tiny letter is the gateway to immense value. Next, pay close attention to condition. Even a modest improvement, from good to fine or fine to very fine, can add tens of thousands of dollars to the price. Professional grading is strongly recommended as it gives buyers confidence and ensures you get the full market value. And never underestimate small coin shops, estate collections, or forgotten boxes of coins. Many legendary finds have come from the most unexpected places. Your patience, persistence, and keen eye may one day reward you with a treasure like the 1936D. The 1936D Buffalo nickel is living proof that even coins from the later years of the series can hold immense and life-changing value. With a current market worth of $140,500 and rising, it stands as a glowing reminder that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or diamond mines. It can come in the form of a humble nickel, passed through countless hands and preserved against all odds. Here at Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, we continue to bring you fresh, faithful, and truthful updates on the hidden fortunes of rare U.S. coins. You can trust this channel as your guide to the treasure world. And don't go anywhere yet. 5 coins revealed, but the 6th and final Buffalo nickel in today's journey is still waiting to astonish you. And believe me, you don't want to miss it. Stay with me because the final chapter of this treasure hunt could be the biggest shock of all. Coin number 6. And now, treasure hunters, we arrive at the 6th and final coin of today's incredible journey. A coin that embodies the power of survival, rarity, and untold wealth. Meet the 1927 Buffalo nickel without mint mark. A coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint nearly a century ago, and today, it is one of the most desired treasures in the entire series. At first glance, it may look like just another nickel. But look closer. The 1927 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel carries with it a unique aura, a story that spans decades, and a demand so high that owning one in fine condition is like holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. The year 1927 was a time of roaring change in America. Economic growth, cultural transformation, and a sense of boundless possibility. The Buffalo nickel had been in circulation for 14 years, and it had already captured the soul of the nation. Sculptor James Earl Fraser's masterpiece was not just coinage, it was art, heritage, and symbolism struck into metal. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck this issue, left no mint mark. That tiny detail, the absence of a mark, today tells collectors exactly where this coin was born. Millions were made, yes, but time has not been kind to them. Many were worn smooth, many vanished into history, and very few survived in collectible condition. That is why finding a 1,927 without mint mark and fine condition is an event worth celebrating. It's not just rare, it's extraordinary. What makes the 1927 no mint mark Buffalo nickel so special? For starters, it's survival. The raised design of the date wore down quickly, meaning countless coins lost their dates entirely. But the example we are speaking of today, in fine condition with a beautiful natural look, still proudly shows its date and all the essential design elements. The obverse displays the proud Native American profile, with visible details in the hair and feathers, while the reverse shows the iconic bison standing tall, still powerful even after nearly a century of wear. The beautiful look of this coin, enhanced by natural patina and preserved surfaces, makes it stand out from the ordinary. Each surviving 1927 Philadelphia issue is like a fingerprint of history, and in collectible condition, they are treasures that few will ever hold. Here is where the suspense sharpens. The 1927 Buffalo nickel without mint mark is one of those dates that collectors often struggle to secure. It isn't just another coin in the series, it is a key rarity that transforms an ordinary collection into something truly elite. Why? Because most survivors are heavily worn, barely identifiable, or completely dateless. Fine condition specimens with full details are rare beyond imagination. And that rarity fuels demand like wildfire. Collectors know they cannot complete their Buffalo nickel sets without it. So when one surfaces at auction, the competition is fierce. Prices rise, hearts race, and collectors bid with intensity because they know opportunities like this don't come often. Now, treasure seekers, here's the revelation. The 1927 Buffalo nickel without mint mark in fine condition commands a current market value of $170,500. Yes, $170,500. For a coin that most people would overlook without a second thought. This is not just money. This is wealth. This is a hidden treasure chest disguised as a nickel. And here's the truth, its value is rising. The market for Buffalo nickels continues to strengthen year after year, and this coin is at the heart of that surge. It is not fiction, it is fact. Today it is worth $170,500. Tomorrow, maybe even more. Owning this coin is like owning a piece of treasure that grows richer with time. For collectors chasing this treasure, pay close attention to the date. The 1927 without mint mark is often found worn down. So clear legible dates are the key to value. Always verify authenticity through reputable dealers or professional grading, as certified coins carry much more weight in auctions. Condition is everything. Even a jump from fine to very fine can mean tens of thousands of dollars more. Keep your eyes open at estate sales, coin shows, and inherited collections, because treasures like this often appear when you least expect them. And there you have it, the 1927 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, a coin that closes our six-coin adventure in spectacular fashion. With its rarity, beauty, and a staggering current market value of $170,500, this coin proves once again that the Buffalo nickel series is a gold mine of hidden fortunes. 6 coins revealed today, 6 breathtaking treasures. Each one more than just metal. Each one a vault of wealth, a legacy of history, and a treasure chest waiting to be discovered. Here at Rare U.S. Coin Secrets, you can trust every story, every revelation, and every update. This channel is faithful, truthful, and dedicated to bringing you fresh, daily insights into the secret world of Rare U.S. Coins. If you've made it this far, you know the truth. Treasure is real, and it might be closer than you think. So stay with us, because this journey never ends. Every day brings new secrets, new coins, and new fortunes to uncover. And who knows, the next treasure we reveal may be the one sitting in your very own collection.